test. Alright, so I'm just going to do another take. We just got started. We were going to get him up onto the fence, and we already did some groundwork here with him. But essentially, when I get him up to me on the fence, I'm going to send him down and break his hindquarters. And then I want to lead him straight up, but I'm going to be up above him there. But now, a lot of times I've yielded him, so I want him to be good to kind of come into my space here to get on. If I was on a mounting block, I want him to come straight up. I don't want to move the mounting block up to him. I see that a lot. Or I see people go round and round on the mounting block. I want him good to lead up to me on the mounting block. And he kind of wants to get a little crooked. Good. And I'll spend a lot of time with my groundwork putting me in the place where I want to get on, so I'm not always out in front. Some colts will do that, and the bucking ones will do that so that you get bucked off and they put you in that nice place that you always want to be out in front of them. So I really want them to be good to be kind of in the side there. And so again, I'd like him to be light to send out here to my right, his left. And when his hindquarter steps over, I release. So in time, he learns if he's out of position there. So he stepped away from the fence there. I'll kind of bump. I'll direct him a little bit to the right there for now, and I'll help him a little bit. And then again, when he cuddles up to the fence, I'll release. And he gets close. I want it convenient to get on. And we'll ask him for a step forward. He's kind of hanging on that rope. My shoulder's a little sore, so I don't have a lot in me. So I'm going to bump here if he's just going to hang on it. But then his hip came out. So we're going to send him back. Bump. Use the flag since I have it. Step over there. Release. Not over here. There, into the fence. Good. Now forward a step. Forward a step. Slide down the fence since my shoulder's sore and he can't figure out how to come forward a step. There we go. Good, and then that's a pretty convenient place. So once I get him up here, again, he gets kind of worried about the flag some, so I'll just pet him with it. And that flag can move around, and I want him to get comfortable here. He's not real comfortable right now, but he is up to me. And we'll just pet him with the flag. He can learn to get used to it. Pretty soon, over the next few rides, I'll get to using my rope and some other things. But I should be able to fidget around here. I don't want him like standing at attention or anything. If I throw my leg on, as long as I held on to the fence, if he jumped out, I could just grab a hold of the fence there and be okay. I just want him to be okay there. I'd like him to relax a little more. If he comes out of position, we'll just put him back. It's not a big deal. And I'd really like him, before I get down, to kind of soften his lips and lick his lips, but he may not do that. We'll try to get him to lower his head there. We'll help him just a little. And we just want to rub on him. But his lips are kind of pierced there. They're starting to twitch a little. But because he was so tense, I'd like to see him kind of lick his lips there and moisten his mouth just a little bit if he could. That's a good sign just to let down and relax. And a lot of times we're so busy, he gets out of position, we'll just bring him back a step. One more step. I need your left front. That's your right front. There's your left. Good. Good. And again, every time he comes away, it's an opportunity to put him back. Now, it's not too bad of a reach, but it's not great. It's not as good as it was. So I'm going to back him up, back him up, back him him up. Good. See if we can bring him in a little closer to the fence there. There you go. Now forward. There you go. See him kind of cuddle up in there? That's nice and much more relaxed. I like that. Again, he hasn't kind of licked his lips there, but was way more relaxed that time, didn't need to come up at attention. That's how I'd like to have my horse be around me. I don't know about you, but just not kind of at attention, ready to get trouble, but just relax there. Again, when their head kind of goes up, they're preparing for trouble. They're looking for trouble. That's how they'd see. They're very alert at that point. And when he can relax his head down there, he's a little more vulnerable, so he's a little more trusting. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. And so, yeah, that's a good place to kind of step down and give him a little break at this. I appreciate you watching. We'll save the rope. Again, it doesn't have to be all in one day at a clinic or something. A lot of times we'd spend several hours at this, but since I have several hours in the month and I'm not only here 3 days, I'm not in a rush to get it all done in one day. I am going to want to get gobs of different things done, so I want to expose them to plenty. But that's a good change for that for today. I don't know, but you let me know what you think in the comments. Again, thanks for watching. Enjoy the journey. And hopefully we got that whole thing on before it cut out. Would be nice.